Rinse washer drum bearings, part 5, sleeve removal. You're going to want your grinder with a cutoff wheel, short sledgehammer, 2 chisels. I like the Stanley Fat Max ones here, and a good pair of vice grips. What you're going to want to do is a spiral cut on this. Basically, you're going to want to start as close to the back of the drum as you can get. Like go right over the edge and then kind of work your way out, pulling it out as you go. Like be real gradual as you go. You can see here, I already made the cut. Just kind of work your way around. You do not want to cut all the way through. Your goal is to get as close as you can to the shaft without touching it. So if you need to make a dozen passes, that's fine. Once you think you're fairly close, you want to take your chisel with the vice grips so you don't break your hand. Start it on either the back edge or the front edge of your cut, whatever you want. And basically you're trying to use this wedge to snap that sleeve apart. Like you have to use heat to expand them to get them on the shaft, so they're already under a tremendous amount of tension. So once you get them cut close, you can use the wedge to just kind of crack them apart like an egg. So get this in there once you're close, and if this takes more than 2 hits with the hammer, you need to cut a little deeper. Don't just wail away forever with the hammer, it's not going to help. But get that in there. Like if your chisel locks in place, like it got stuck, it's definitely wedged in there. You can see the sleeve is starting to pivot a little. Now, if you can't get it off with the one, you can always leave it in place, take a second chisel, and use that to pry the front end of your cut open. Once you have it separated, you kind of rotate it around, take it right off. Now you're going to want to inspect the drum, clean it up. You want to look all the way around here. Cuts, like if you nicked the shaft in a spot, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. The main thing is you do not want to cut to start at the top and go all the way to the bottom. If you have a deep groove all the way around, water's going to get in from that end and out the back. It's not going to do you any good. But a little nick here and there is not the end of the world. You want to take some sandpaper or emery cloth, just go around and clean it up nice and shiny. And then if you did happen to hit the shaft anywhere, like I don't know if you can see here, there's a cut, but it's a little bit cleaner right at the cut and darker around it. Like when the blade cut into there, it actually pushed the metal on either edge out just a hair. Like barely anything, but it can be enough where when you go to put your new sleeve on, it'll jam right there. So if you have any spots like that, take a standard file and just get that one spot. You want to get basically the whole area above and below your cut shiny, so you know it's all even at least. With that, at least you now know there's no high spot there. You can go ahead and take your sandpaper and buff it again. Just go around, make sure everything's nice and smooth and clean. It doesn't hurt either to take your sandpaper and basically like try to bevel the top edge a little. Just make sure there's no burrs or anything hanging up there. It'll make it impossible to put the new sleeve on. That's about it. Once you're at this point, we can get ready to put the new sleeve on.